The phone rang at 3:42 a.m. on a frigid Wednesday in November 2024, jolting me awake. As the U.S. Attorney General, I was no stranger to late-night calls. Crises involving national security or political scandals were part of the job. But this wasn't about work. It was about my daughter, Lily. Her voice trembled through the line, barely above a whisper. "Dad, I'm in trouble. They arrested me. I'm in jail." My heart stopped. Lily, my 23-year-old daughter, was born with spina bifida. She's been in a wheelchair her whole life, but she's fierce, brilliant, and halfway through her master's in urban planning at a university in Willow Creek, a gated community in Oregon. The idea of her behind bars was unthinkable. Lily slowed down. "What happened?" I asked, already pulling on clothes. Through sobs, she pieced it together. "It's Mrs. Carver, the HOA president. She's saying I attacked the gatehouse with my wheelchair. They're talking about 10 years in prison." 10 years? For Lily? The words hit like a sledgehammer. I told her I'd be there in an hour, called my driver, and we tore through the dark, rain-slicked streets toward the county jail. Lily's lawyer, MS. Torres, called en route with more details. "Mr. Attorney General, this is bad. Mrs. Ellen Carver claims Lily threatened her and damaged HOA property. She's got witness statements and says there's video. The prosecutor's pushing for the maximum penalty: aggravated assault and vandalism." I couldn't believe it. Lily wouldn't hurt anyone. She's never raised her voice, let alone a fist. Torres sighed. "I believe you, but Mrs. Carver's got the community riled up, and the DA's eating it up." At the jail, I found Lily in a holding cell, her wheelchair dwarfed by the gray concrete walls. Her face was streaked with tears, her hoodie still damp from the rain. "Dad," she whispered, gripping my hand through the bars, "I didn't do anything wrong. I fought to keep my voice steady. Tell me everything, sweetheart." She took a shaky breath. It started 3 months ago when she moved into her first apartment in Willow Creek, a ritzy neighborhood with an HOA that ruled like a dictatorship. Lily had scraped together savings from her part-time job and scholarships to afford the place, craving independence. But Ellen Carver, the HOA president, had made her life hell from day one. "She hates my ramp, my parking spot, even the sound of my wheelchair on the pavement," Lily said. Tonight, she was waiting at the gatehouse. She said I couldn't use the accessible entrance after 7 p.m. I tried to explain it's the only way I can get in, but she blocked me. Lily's story spilled out. She'd been coming home from a late class, exhausted, when Carver confronted her at the gate. She said the accessible entrance was for daytime only and told me to use the main gate, which is steps. I showed her the ADA laws on my phone, but she got madder, called me entitled. She stood in my way, Dad. I couldn't get past her. Lily's voice cracked. I tried to maneuver around her, but my will caught on the gate's hinge. The whole thing wobbled. It's this flimsy wooden shack. Carver screamed that I was destroying it on purpose, then called the cops. I asked about the alleged threat. Lily shook her head. "I never threatened her." I said, "You're making this harder than it needs to be." I meant legally, like reporting her for discrimination. But she told the police I was violent. Rage burned in my chest. Ellen Carver had harassed my disabled daughter, blocked her way home, and twisted an accident into a crime. I promised Lily we'd fight this, but the stakes were high. The prosecutor was gunning for her, and Carver had witnesses. The preliminary hearing was set for the next week. I wanted to throw my weight as Attorney General around, but that could backfire. Accusations of favoritism would tank Lily's case and my career. So I went to the hearing as her father, nothing more. The courtroom buzzed with tension. Willow Creek was split. Some saw Lily as a victim of discrimination. Others backed Carver, muttering about special treatment for the disabled. Ellen Carver took the stand first, a wiry woman in her 60s with a pinched face and a voice dripping with authority. "As HOA president for 10 years, I uphold Willow Creek's standards," she said. On October 12th, I saw MS. Harper approached the accessible gate after hours. "Our rules state it's for daytime use only, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The prosecutor, a slick DA named Victor Hayes, leaned in. What did Ms. Harper do when you informed her? Carver's eyes glinted. She got hostile, waved her phone at me, claiming federal law let her ignore our rules. When I didn't back down, she said, "You're making this harder than it needs to be." It was a clear threat. Then she rammed her wheelchair into the gatehouse, cracking a support beam. The photos Hayes showed were laughably hairline crack in a weathered post. But Carver played it like Lily had taken a wrecking ball to the place. During cross-examination, Torres pounced. "Mrs. Carver, where's this daytime-only rule in the HOA bylaws?" Carver squirmed. "It's an understood policy." Torres pressed. "Understood by whom? Was Ms. Harper ever informed?" Carver snapped. "Residents know the standards." Torres didn't let up. "Are you aware the ADA requires 24/7 accessible entry?" Carver's jaw tightened. "Our rules take precedence." The courtroom gasped. Torres let it sink in. "So, you believe HOA rules trump federal law?" Carver doubled down. "Willow Creek has standards." When Lily testified, her quiet strength silenced the room. "I just wanted to go home," she said. "Mrs. Carver's been after me since I moved in. Me ramps ugly, my parking sloppy. That night, she blocked the accessible gate. I couldn't get through. I tried to explain the law, but she called me entitled. When I was caught on the gate, it was an accident. I apologized, but she screamed that I was attacking her. Her voice broke. I've never threatened anyone. I just wanted to live like everyone else." The case took a dark turn when Hayes himself took the stand, called as a witness to justify the charges. "This case is about accountability," he boomed. "Some use disability as a shield to break laws. Ms. Harper's condition doesn't exempt her from consequences. It was a political stunt, painting Lily as a symbol of disability fraud." I couldn't stay silent. I stood, my voice cutting through the room. "Your Honor, I'm Daniel Harper, U.S. Attorney General and Lily's father." The courtroom exploded in whispers. Carver went ghost white. Hayes froze. "What I've heard today isn't just Justice's persecution of a disabled woman for daring to access her home." The judge banged his gavel, but I kept going, locking eyes with Carver. "You've harassed my daughter from day one, blocked her path, and lied to make her a criminal. This isn't about rules, it's bigotry." I pulled out my phone, calling my chief of staff. "Laura, get the Civil Rights Division on Willow Creek's HOA. I want a full investigation. And loop in the FBI for possible federal crimes." Carver stammered. "I didn't know who she was." I shot back. "It shouldn't matter. But since you care about power, let's see how you handle the Justice Department." Hayes tried to recover, but the judge had enough. "Mr. Hayes, in light of this, how do you proceed?" Hayes mumbled, "We'll reconsider the charges." The judge didn't hesitate. "I'm dismissing all charges against Ms. Harper, and I'm ordering a review of this prosecution for ethical violations." Carver leapt up. "She's just using her father's power." I stepped closer. "Lily didn't use my power. You created this with your cruelty. Your rules break federal law. Get a lawyer." The fallout was swift. The DOJ's investigation uncovered a pattern of discrimination by Carver against disabled residents. The HOA faced a federal lawsuit, paid hefty damages, and overhauled its policies. Carver was ousted and hit with personal liability. Hayes was censured by the state bar for pushing a discriminatory case. Lily, though, was the real force. "Dad," she said weeks later, "Carver was right about one thing. I do expect special treatment to be treated like a human. If that's special, maybe the problem's not us." Lily's case became a cornerstone for disability rights, sparking DOJ action against housing discrimination. She graduated with honors, now works for the Department of Housing, and still lives in Willow Creek, where the new HOA respects all residents. Carver slunk off to another state, hopefully humbled, but I doubt it. The real lesson? Justice came not from my title, but from Lily's courage. She faced a world that saw her as less and fought back, proving disability doesn't weaken, it strengthens. What do you think? Was Lily's fight a win for justice, or did her father's power tip the scales? Should HOAs have the right to set their own rules, even if they clash with federal law? Drop your thoughts below, like, and subscribe for more stories that spark debate. Where are you watching from? Let's get this conversation going.